Well, last night, the Flash premiere happened after nearly a decade since they announced that a Flash movie was coming, almost 10 years. And the Flash movie actually had its premiere. And, I had a chance to see The Flash. Ray had a chance to see The Flash last month at CinemaCon. I personally think the movie is fantastic. I think it's really, really great. Not one of the greatest comic book films of all time, but I thought it was really, really wonderful. Now, one of the big pieces of interest going into the premiere was, number one, was Ezra Miller going to show up? And then number two, would Ezra Miller be able to do any press talk to any reporters? Now, last week, a story came out that yes, Ezra Miller was going to attend the premiere, and no, they would not be speaking. They would not be talking to any press. Well, at the event last night, they did hold their event, and Ezra Miller did indeed show up. And sure enough, Ezra Miller was not permitted to talk to any press or take any questions. And listen, I get it. I think that was the right move on Warner Brothers' part, because all that's going to happen if they let the traditional press ask him any questions was it was going to immediately take attention away from the movie itself, and would just all go towards Ezra's controversies, Ezra's self-inflicted wounds and controversy. So they didn't have Ezra do any press. However, Ezra Miller did get up in the traditional thing at a premiere. The cast and director will come out at the front of the theater before they start the film and thank the audience. And Ezra Miller came out, and they had Ezra Miller make a short statement, and it was a good one. This is kind of a highlight of what they said. Ezra Miller said the following. This comes to us from the folks at Variety, who wrote, Miller made a big show of acknowledging Warner Brothers Discovery CEO David Zaslav, Warner Brothers Film Group heads Michael DeLuca and Pam Abdi, and DC Studios stewards James Gunn and Peter Safran for your grace and discernment and care in the context of my life and in bringing this moment to fruition. Ezra also went on to thank a number of other people involved in the projects, including thanking Zack Snyder and Deborah Snyder, who was, of course, responsible for originally casting them as the Flash. And listen, it was a very well-crafted, well-said comment. Now, look, I've been very, very clear on my position on Ezra Miller. Ezra Miller, they had to do the movie. They shot the movie long before Ezra Miller did a lot of the stuff that they did over the past couple of years that got them in so much trouble. So I had no problem that Warner Brothers, didn't go back and reshoot the entire movie. But I also believe Ezra Miller needs to be done as far. This has to be Ezra Miller's swan song. That being said, Ezra is really great in the movie, and Ezra had to be there as the star of the film to be at the premiere. And all credit where it's due, I thought it was a well-crafted, well-spoken, well-said comment that they made. I thought it was gracious. I thought it was just in general the right thing for them to say, and hopefully can help set the groundwork for a positive experience of this movie coming out. Now, listen, I get it. There are going to be many people out there who are just flat out against this movie because of the actions of Ezra Miller in the past couple of years. And I have no qualms with people feeling that way. I get it. I understand it. My perspective of it, though, has always been that, first of all, this isn't Ezra Miller's movie. This is Andy Muschietti's movie. Andy Muschietti, Ezra did not write the lines that came out of their mouth. Ezra did not design the costume that the Flash wears. Ezra did not cast the movie. Ezra did not direct the movie. This is Andy Muschietti's movie. So that's number one. Number two, again, we've got to remind everybody that the vast majority of the stuff that Ezra did in the last couple of years happened after they shot the movie. So, I mean, it's a little bit of a different situation than some others we've seen in Hollywood in recent years. So what will Ezra's future with this franchise be? I don't think Ezra has a future with the franchise. I mean, I don't know that as a fact. That's just me speculating, but I don't think Ezra has a future here. But this is a very good movie. And regardless of your personal feelings towards the person who acted in the movie, or one of the many people who acted in the movie, again, I think Warner Brothers, DC, Andy Muschietti has made a really good movie, and I do think people should go check it out. It's only tracking to make about $75 million opening weekend, which just puts it a little bit above what Transformers: Rise of the Beast made opening weekend. But hey, let's see what happens. We want to take a second to thank a sponsor of today's video, MasterClass. With MasterClass, you can learn from the world's best minds anytime, anywhere, and at your own pace. You can learn filmmaking from James Cameron himself, the guy who made 3 of the 4 biggest films of all time. Improve your writing by taking screenwriting from one of the greatest who's ever done it, Aaron Sorkin. Or maybe learn how to make great comedic content by taking comedy by the one and the only Judd Apatow.
Apatow. And many of you guys know I'm a big poker guy, and I recently got a chance to sit down and watch Daniel Negreanu, one of the greatest poker players in the world, teach poker. It was absolutely fantastic. But guys, whatever you're interested in, there is a class for you with over 180 exclusive classes taught by the instructors you know and love. And you can explore lessons in any order you'd like across your phone, tablet, Apple TV, computer, and on the go with audio mode. Individual lessons range from about 10 to 15 minutes in length that fit easily into your everyday life. Guys, I highly recommend you check it out. Get unlimited access to every class, and as a John Campea Show listener, you get 15% off an annual membership. Go to masterclass.com/Campea now. That's masterclass.com/Campea for 15% off Masterclass.
Anyway, guys, question is for you. What do you think about this situation? Do you think it was a mistake for Warner Brothers even to have Ezra at the premiere? Or do you think the opposite was a mistake by not having Ezra fully engage with the press and do a press tour and all that kind of stuff? Are you planning on going to see the Flash movie? And if not, are you going to avoid it because of the controversies and the stuff that Ezra Miller's been involved in over the last couple of years? I'm really interested to know whatever you guys think. Jump down into the comment section below and leave your thoughts there. Hey guys, thanks for checking out our video. Make sure you click the thumbs up button on it and subscribe to our channel. Also, don't forget that we do a daily podcast called the John Campea Show Podcast. Go and subscribe to it today on your favorite podcasting app of choice.